So with solo leveling, as we're aware, as of right now, in order to get SSR weapons, it's more about crafting them. As of, well, there's no other way to go about summoning them or obtaining them other than through summoning. So right now, before we head over, I'm just going to quickly, I'm telling you when I tell you I am preparing for Cheyenne. I'm going to actually go and hunt for a dupe, because I'm making sure that I've got everything ready for her support. So we're going all in. So obviously, crafting, these are the only weapons, I mean, they're more for the SSR characters. So often when you do pull them, you kind of want to link them towards with the character, because of course that's the, you know, so for example, with the effect of this weapon, increases the user's HP by, yeah, that's an error. When the user uses Heavenly Blessing, which is the ult, the user and the team members' damage dealt increases by 4% for 16 seconds, of course. If I do work on it, then of course it does help me out in terms of raising the percentage, as well as the power, the precision, and etc. of course. But here's the thing. Can I apply these weapons onto anyone? Of course I can. But it's going to be pointless due to the fact that I'm not going to get any effect. So realistically, yes, these weapons can be equipped on anyone, but you kind of want to equip it to the character that it's for, so that way you can obviously make good use of the stats as well as the effect that it applies. So heading over to my characters now, if I go over to hunters, right, so an example, right, if I go into Yunho, of course, and if I apply that, you know, the effect is only going to be for Min, and I'm only going to be getting the overview buff, which is something that I don't want, so I'm not going to apply it onto him, right? And I guess the only weapons that as of right now are pretty good are going to be the SRs and the Rs. I mean, right now I'm making good use of res, because I mean, you can quite easily max them out. You can benefit from the percentages that they give you, which is somewhat decent, but more importantly, the buff on attack, HP, and defense, right? As well as the stats themselves, and you know, they're not too terrible. Nice to kind of help you along and start you off. Now, as of right now, it kind of works perfectly. You know, we're all progressing quite nicely, getting things done. But there's more to what's to come. Now, what I mean by that, obviously with the SSR exclusive weapons, they're for the SSRs. With the SRs, there's actually weapons for the SRs. I don't know if anyone knew. So if I go over to the codex side of things, and if I go over to the hunters, and then if you go over to the SRs, so we'll do song for right now. If I want to load up, there we go. There's an SSR weapon for him. Increases the user's fire damage by 2% when using basic skill or core attack. Increases damage dealt to non-boss monsters by 2% for 10 seconds, you know. So there are certain weaponries for these SR characters, and obviously myself, I'm just like, right, cool, where are they? I was looking around, because as of right now, the only way you can get these SSR weapons, not these in particular, but the ones where I just showed you guys, is by crafting. Obviously, Choi one is through the event, you can get that for free, as well as getting the materials, then craft them. Those are currently the only ways to get the high rarity weapons. The remaining ones, when it comes to like Jinwoo and like the SRs and the Rs, etc., those are from the gacha side of things. So when it came about hearing about these weapons from the SRs, knowing that there's more to... Okay, this does not look like a bow. This looks like a goddamn chain. What am I looking at right now? But when it came to me finding out these, I'm just like, okay. Because truth be told, there are some good SR weapons. Like, obviously Anna is one of the award units that I've just built up, and I'm just like, cool. I wouldn't mind having her weapon helping me out in terms of that range poison play, right? Junho, I've managed to... I mean, oh, I don't have none, but I need her and I want her. And so yeah, some of these weapons that I'm looking at for these SR characters are pretty solid, you know, in terms of for the characters themselves. Again, I wouldn't mind having Juhi's weapon right there to help her out. Give me this, please. Increase the user's defense by 2.5% when Kim attacks a stun target. Attacks by ignoring 8% of the target's defense for 5 seconds. I'll take it. So here's what Maz has told us. Ever wonder why there are no non-exclusive SSR relic / weapon for hunters? Yes, that is a very, very good question. You know, because right now everything that we're seeing within the game, it's all exclusive. Even with the SR weapons that I've showed you guys, it's all exclusive. There's no SSR non-exclusive weapons, right? And by that, of course, that would then make it so that we could, you know, throw this onto any hunter and benefit from not only the stats, but the buff. And this can apply to any hunter, but we don't have any SSR versions of that. Well, it seems that It's about to change. The answer is there will be a relic gacha. Do I make the gasping? I'm shocked. No, because we kind of expected that. Cool. This will be a relic for shadows. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Oh my god, my brain just completely cut out there. This is also something very, very interesting. This will be this will include relic for shadows, which they didn't implement yet. I expect it to come in global. That is right. So shadows are going to get weapons on top of us getting non-exclusive SSR weapons that are going to be within a banner. So weapon banner. Again, we knew this was going to come. I mean, it's not exactly major news. It was just more on when are they going to add it. Like when it comes to the Alicia banner, when it comes to the Cheyenne banner, are they going to release the weapon banner there and then, right? But it's good to know that we are going to be getting non-exclusive SSR weapons, so that way we can actually benefit from having SSR weapons to use universally on all of our hunters. Loving that. Obviously, the banner's going to come along. Hopefully, the rates are nice. Hopefully, I mean, they're not going to rework the peak system, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I would much prefer the guaranteed 80 rather than the 50-50 than guaranteed. Not a fan of that, but, you know. But the fact that shadows are getting their own relic and weapon system, that is going to be very interesting. So someone made a good comment. So they will make it an exclusive for a specific hunter and make a summon for it. So basically, for now, you can only craft it. They will make it a gacha basically, but inside the pool also are added the SSR non-exclusive weapons. This includes new system later where all shadows like Igris will have exclusive weapon. Now, the crazy thing is, I was told this when the early access game started. That's why I'm just like, wait, I knew about this already. Wait, what? So I was live streaming and I can't remember the name, but I know because I pulled the Demon King's longsword and someone was like, hey, congrats, Shiny, you can give that to Igris. I'm just like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, you can give that sword to your shadow. I feel like it was probably like a devil. Who the heck? I was tipped off about weapons being applied onto shadows when early access came out. I mean, if you go back onto my stream, you'll probably see the comments. So that I'm kind of weirded out right now because I literally got tipped off about this. But yeah, shadows will get weapons. Not sure. I mean, well, then again, they'll probably implement it into the weapon gacha, right? They'll just make it added, you know, and redo the banner to be like, shadow weapon for Igris and whatnot. So, it'll be interesting to see on how things go, obviously. So, yeah, weapons for shadows. How are we all feeling about that? How are we all feeling about that? Truth be told, look, at the end of the day, we've still got rares, we've still got rare SR weapons that are doing the job. Like, you know, it's working perfectly fine. We're all getting on with content. I mean, I'm doing just fine applying these rare weapons onto my hunters, and yes, they're at level 20, but you know, it's working. I'm being able to progress through some hard difficulty stages. I'm able to you know, defeat some bosses at good times and whatnot. So it works. It's just at a later time, once we get those SSRs coming in, it's just going to help out in terms of just making our characters that more stronger, that more better, and hopefully provide more percentages within the stats side of things, of course. So when it comes to weapons, I just kind of wanted to inform you guys that there is going to be a gacha banner for weapons where we're going to be getting those SSR weapons that I showed you guys for the SRs. They're going to be in there. We're also going to be getting non-exclusive SSR weapons. Obviously, SSR weapons for the SSR units. As of right now, we can only craft them, but those are going to be within that banner itself. The crafting part of it will still be here. I mean, this isn't going anywhere, of course. Gaining these crystals, as long as you do the Power of Destruction fight and you get a good rank, you can actually farm a decent amount of crystals, hence why I had enough for the light. Otherwise, I probably would, because, well, as much as I didn't want to craft the healer's weapon, I was hoping to craft Jiwoo's weapon, to be honest, but yeah, I got very unlucky with the amount of blue crystals I got. So it is what it is, you know. And plus, with the events, keep in mind there's like point events going on. That's also another way to farm those red tickets, as well as buying it from the shop. If you dismantle your it's so, for example, yeah, there's always one here, which is very nice. But if you go to the shop and if you dismantle your weapons, you can actually pick up the materials. So if you dismantle predominantly your rare weapons, which is what most people should be doing, once you've maxed them out, of course, you can farm out and get all the crystals. which I'm kind of slacking. And then once you get to the point where you can actually start dismantling your SR weapons, then you can slowly work towards pick up these red tickets from here. So yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about that weapon situation and what's going down and what's going to be happening. So that is all the news that we have. The only thing that is left is to see what the SSR weapons that they're going to be adding that are non-exclusive, and what are the rates? What are the rates? That's the big old question. What are the rates?